This bicycle seat, or bicycle saddle, depending on where you are, was made by Specialized, and its model name is Toupé Sport. Although given the strong French spelling on it, I think I'm going to go with Toupé Sport on this one, just for this mini review. Either which way, I'm going to share with you some of the features of this bicycle seat, as well as how well it worked for me. This is an absolute entry-level bicycle seat that costs in North America anywhere between $35 and $45 online, and is also described to some degree on Specialized own website. The entry-level bicycle seat with an entry-level price tag has this shape and these geometric features that would make you think this is designed for road cycling in mind, as well as some city riding, and that is correct. On Specialized website, the product is described as designed for all-day fitness riding, casual spins and commuting. So, an entry-level bicycle seat with an entry-level price tag gets mounted on, not surprisingly, entry-level bicycles. Say those would be bicycles costing under $1,000. However, you will also find, and this is what I do not quite understand, why an entry-level bicycle is also mounted and found on some of the mid-range bicycle models, such as Specialized Diverge 5, which costs somewhere closer to the $2,000 mark, and I don't understand what an entry-level seat is doing on a mid-range bicycle. But that's what you'll find, and I'm not marketing department in Specialized, but that's somewhat puzzling. The seat comes in two sizes, in 143mm, and this is a 155mm model, the larger one of the two, and weighs, according to Specialized, 355 grams. I put it on the scale, kitchen scale, and it weighs 350 grams, just 5 grams lighter than what they claim. Close enough. So, an entry-level bicycle seat with an entry-level price tag that gets mounted mostly on entry-level bicycles, and with a weight that's an entry-level bicycle seat's weight. This is not especially or spectacularly heavy, but neither it is superbly light or feather light. There are lighter seats, and just for contrast, here is one. This is 250 grams instead of 350 grams. So there are lighter ones out there, probably for more bicycles in a mid-range category, but not in terms of Specialized marketing, just other brands as well. Now, the entry-level bicycle seat with an entry-level price tag that's found mostly on entry-level bicycles, has with an entry-level weight for road-going bikes, is constructed in an entry-level way, meaning that this is vacuum formed. That means that it has metal seat posts that go into these sockets as per usual construction practices, and the hard plastic backing and this polyurethane looking black foaming are vacuum formed together. So there are no stitches, there are no staples in it, such as that one. Just for contrast, here is this other seat where upholstery is involved, where this skin or this cover is stapled in place. Okay, so none of this is involved in vacuum forming, so it's a practical way of mass producing, for example, these bicycle seats cheaply, and provides a pretty permanent bond between the backing and this seat material. As a result of vacuum forming, there is one small feature that I want to point at. The edges are coarse and rough and unpleasant to touch. Now the edges are also soft, you can see, so it's unlikely that it's going to snag your clothes, but because that's where the mold halves come together for this vacuum forming, and that's how this molten foam that expands in a mold, this is where the mold halves separate, so you can see all around it here you can find this coarse edge that's unpleasant to touch. Now This is an entry-level seat, so whether this is any of your concern is really up to you to decide, but this is how the seat is being constructed, that's all I'm saying. The comfort level of this polyurethane looking foam is level 2, is described by Specialized, and they call it a medium level comfort. What they say is that this design is waterproof, and that's correct. It's absolutely waterproof because that's what the foam is, and that it's supportive and plush for this all-day fitness riding. Well, I'm not sure how supportive and how plush for you this is going to be. That's really up to you to decide, but it's not really working out for me in terms of supportive and plushness. So the seat is designed with body geometry in mind. That's looking like some marketing buzzword here. And what they have in mind, of course, is that there is this horizontal fluting in the middle of the seat that's meant to control contact with your body so that any trapped heat, this is for heat dissipation, and moisture can escape here underneath you instead of being trapped. So it looks like a thoughtful, useful feature. There's also this hole in the middle, obviously, again for heat management as well as moisture management. As a result of this fluting here, a narrow ridge is on either side of this fluting, and I'm not saying that the tool and die maker did not make the two halves identical or symmetrical. It might be the case, although somewhat unlikely, but when I sit on it, however the pinch points on the pelvis are, or underneath the tailbone, if for me on the right hand side, so this is the right hand side here, there's a pinch point here at the ridge. I don't know why that is so, whether it's due to deflection of the material here in the middle. The bolts on the seat post, the clamp bolts that stick up somewhere here, are nowhere near for a pinch point, but in some situations the seat might be deflecting in such a manner that maybe those bolt ends cause this pressure point or pinch point somewhere here. I don't know why. In city riding, you're off and on again fairly often, and we're shifting the weight around. In some instances I have a pinch point here. I really can't explain why. Nobody is symmetrical and perfect. The seat isn't probably perfect, you know, in terms of mathematical perfection. So either which way, I have a pinch point there, which is fairly easy to work around because I move around a lot in city riding. So the biggest issue that I have with this seat, and this is why it's not on a bicycle among other reasons, is that this surface texture is not described or mentioned at all on Specialized website, but is grabby. What I mean by that, and this is just for contrast again, you can see that this one is shiny and this one is matte. Okay, on the shiny surface I can move fore and aft and side to side a little bit with a lot of ease, especially wearing the cycling shorts. When this material, it doesn't, you don't notice it this way. You have to be wearing this pants, you have to be filling it and stretching the material on it to its normal operating conditions, and then sit on the seat, move a little bit fore and aft, and you'll see that it's grabby on this particular material that this short is made of. And let me see, do I have anything there? No. Gore bikewear, that's all I have on this one. I've removed all of the tags. Maybe something here other than the washing instructions. No, that's all I have on this. So whatever material this is made of, with this material on this urethane looking foam, this is grabby, and especially hopping on and off and on and off in commuting. This is not a bib pants, so it's pulling it slightly down, and that's extremely annoying, that the shorts don't have the fit that I need for riding, and the seat is causing it. So this is going back to the store. I'm going to exchange it for something else. The pinch point is not so much of an issue, but it's pissing me off that it's grabbing the cycling shorts, and it's a distraction. Okay, so that's how it works for me, and those are some of the features I wanted to share. Thank you very much for watching.